to another episode of the Brickz podcast, man. You already know I got my boy O in the building.
What up, y'all? What up?
Hey, man. It's another episode. We back. Told y'all boys are gonna be back. I'm glad. I appreciate everybody tapping in with the March Madness. Folks joining our tournament challenge. Everybody brackets at this point is busted, but our brackets is busted. You know what I'm saying? We still doing pretty good on the tournament challenge. We still got a lot more to go, but obviously, man, the NCAA tournament has been crazy, and we not gonna waste no time, bro. Y'all already know why y'all click this video, bro. We ripping the Band-Aid off. Obviously, our Tar Heels took a big L against VCU. Honestly, I would say one of the most talked about games of the early slate so far. When you lose a game like that, it has a big ripple effect. I'm gonna just go ahead and dish it to O. You know, we've been talking about this for a few days now, but what does this loss mean for the Carolina basketball program?
A few days. We've been talking about this since we was at Carolina. Hubert can't coach. That's what it all boils down to, in my opinion. I feel like we got to take it all the way back to like when we was in school, when we lost to Kansas. We were up 12 at halftime in the NCAA championship game, up 12 against Kansas, and we choked that lead away. But we were at 8th seed. People didn't expect that. So people were a lot more lenient, and I feel like he's just been riding that wave since then. And Since then, he's had no success. And in the past two NCAA tournaments, we have not made it past the very first round. And this time was even like that. It was just bad. And like people gonna say we didn't have Caleb Wilson, this, that, and the third. They are from the A10. VCU is from the A10. We are the ACC. And we were up 19 without our best player. We played Duke better than that without our best player. And you telling me we're going to choke a 19-point lead? It was just unacceptable. Very bad look for Carolina basketball. Especially when you're supposed to be considered a blue blood. We haven't been living up to that standard of being a blue blood. So changes definitely need to be made, in my opinion. Who's going to be the right person for that job? That's who knows, but that's a whole nother pod. But in my opinion, the answer isn't Hubert.
Yeah, man, Omar hit the nail on the head, bro. And I'm gonna start by saying this, and y'all seen it on this podcast. I have been a big Hubert Davis supporter for a while, even when I felt like a few seasons ago, y'all was calling it early, was saying we need to get rid of this guy, whatever. First, came in, immediately led the team to a championship, essentially. And I said after that first year, it's going to take some sample sizes to see, like, okay, was this a fluke, or did he really just coach well up until that point? As we know, that first year he inherited Roy Williams' team. And, when guys start clicking at the right time, especially in the tournament, it's easy to get the fire going to build up there. But Omar hit the nail on the head, man. I give that year as a grace year. The next year, you come in being what? The preseason number one?
And not make the tournament.
NIT. The very next year, you come back, you lose in the first round like this. And it's like, I'm giving Hubert the grace early at the time because I'm like, okay, we need to see what he does with his own team. You know what I'm saying? His own recruits. He already got us to a championship once. You know what I'm saying? This was the year where all of that stuff, in my opinion, went out the window. Like Omar said, yes, you lose your best player at a very vital time. But stats and repetitive L's, repetitive things that aren't good are happening. There's a direct correlation between the Kansas championship game and this VCU game. You're up by more than 15 points and you lose the game. It looks way worse in the first round. But in the championship, we gave him the benefit of the doubt because it's like, oh, we weren't even expecting this Carolina team to make it to the championship. Like, we was an 8 seed. We weren't expecting that. Now it's like, yeah, Caleb Williams is hurt. And if we would have got whooped off rip, we'd be having a totally different conversation because we never had the lead. But we was up by almost 20.
19.
You come back and lose that game, you can't blame it on Caleb Wilson not being there. And another thing I didn't like was Hubert Davis' comments after the game. It was a edit I saw put together, all his comments. And it was, of course, you just lost in a fashion that is going to create conversation and commotion. But his responses were like one-worded, like what do you think made y'all lose this game? Like, we didn't play well. We weren't making shots. Like, it gets to a point like, bro, you got to take a little bit responsibility for one, the roster, how the roster was orchestrated. Two, having Seth Trimble and Henry Vasar play 40-plus minutes in an OT game is like, your center ain't going to be as dominant playing that much time, bro. Rotations weren't rotating. Players was tired. It was unfortunately a Carolina masterclass of what we've seen for the past years of disappointment. So it's disappointing, bro.
Yeah. Definitely disappointing. Free throws and coaching was the reason we lost that game, in my opinion. We definitely had opportunities down the stretch to make those free throws and close out the game. But, that just comes with it. We ain't made free throws all year. So,
yeah.
I mean, our Achilles heel came back to bite us.
Yeah. And, like, that's stuff that, unfortunately, can't always be coached. But it can to an extent when you're playing a player for 40-plus minutes. Granted, I know what we're working with isn't a lot without Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
But if you are a good coach, if you're one of these great coaches that we're putting in this, where we put the Cows and the K's and John Shire and all these guys that are leading these top programs, that you're in the same stratosphere, you got to know how to adjust to the plan. That's one thing I will give John Shire in that game against Siena, where, honestly, Siena just got hot early. You know what I'm saying? You start making shots. A lot of their points came from the three. You start making big shots early in the game. That's enough adrenaline, enough, vibes to propel you through the game. But you seen after that halftime, it's like, we're not about to lose to a 16 seed. You know what I'm saying? They start trapping guys, start forcing them to try to make shots in the paint. Now they're getting out rebounded. Now the defense is going crazy. Like, those are the type of adjustments you make. We took our gas off the pedal, bro. We took our foot off the pedal.
Definitely.
So, yeah, man, y'all let us know what y'all think should be the next step for Carolina. I can't even begin to start to think of, like, where we would go from a coaching standpoint. Really can't.
They like to hire in-house, so.
I seen something with Marcus Page.
I mean,
nah.
He coached the JV team.
So did Hubert Davis. Like, at this point, I feel like it is fair to bring in a guy with that, like, coaching experience. Somebody who's going to thread the needle. Part of the problem with Carolina is that we've been too traditional. Like, even Hubert starting off was still, that's where Roy Williams retired. Like, Hubert starting off was still doing the same thing that Roy was doing. Roy caught on quick. He was like, nah, I can't even work with this. You know what I'm saying?
The NIL.
that NIL, like, we've seen the same thing with football coaches. Nick Saban seen the shit that was going on. He was like, nah, bro, I literally can't do this. So it's like, we got to adjust with the times. We got to embrace one and dones. We got to embrace NIL. Like, Duke has been doing it for years. Has it brought them championships? Not as much as us. Like, we on the same level. But that's when you bring your excitement back to the team. Like, this is the first time we putting Caleb Wilson jersey in the rafters, bro. Like, we haven't had a freshman this exciting in a long time. When people say, oh, he don't deserve to, whatever, that's a whole different conversation. The numbers don't lie. He's been one of the best freshmen we've had in a long time since the Tyler Hansbrough era. So it's like, you do acknowledge that to an extent, but we could regularly be getting Caleb Wilson's into the Carolina program. Players, like, Carolina is a program that is nationally known for being an elite basketball school. But if we're not dishing out that bread and players don't want to come play for the coach, you're going to have the type of roster you got right now with just one star.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If Hubert does get fired, I wonder how that impacts the recruits that he brought in. Like,
Right.
all right, do they come? Do they still come? Do they decommit?
I think we got 2 5-stars right now coming in.
Yeah. We got a good recruiting class coming in. I just don't want to see Hubert coaching them.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah, and I do mean that with all respect. Real quick, I want to address a comment that Jay Williams made today saying that, and I quote, "If North Carolina didn't have that logo, I'm not sure we'd be talking about them as a blue blood. I can make a case that they're not a top 5 current relevant team in college basketball."
I agree.
I disagree.
I agree.
I disagree. I'm going to let you go first, though.
And right now, we are not a top 5 program in basketball for these reasons we're talking about with Hubert Davis. Like, I still think we're considered a blue blood, but top 5, like, in terms of basketball, I can name 5 teams that have been better than us over the past 5 years.
I don't think that part of what he said is necessarily wrong. But first of all,
we're still a blue blood, though.
Yeah, first of all, this is a lot of recency bias. I want to take into account the 5-year span that we did break down. National championship appearance. Next team was disappointing. The next team made the tournament, lost in the first round. Disappointing. This team, top 3 recruiting nation comes, gets hurt, disappointed. Like, I just want to point out that if North Carolina wasn't held to the caliber that North Carolina is, because we are one of those top-tier schools, what Hubert Davis has been doing would pass on a lot of other teams.
Yeah, it'd be good.
That's enough. A good season for a lot of other teams that are mid-major teams or whatever. So for you to say that we're not a blue blood, for one, that's just absolutely incorrect. Duke and Carolina sets the pace of what it means to be a blue blood. We are not a top 5 current team in terms of what it means to be one of the top schools, but I can't say that we're not relevant, because if we weren't relevant, we wouldn't be getting 5-star recruits. I mean, just being in a national championship game in the past 5 years in itself is enough relevance to keep you afloat. Like, I just feel like this comment was made off of the strength of recently us just being ass. And it's fair to say that we've been underwhelming. It's not fair to say that we've been irrelevant, because that's just not true.
Yeah, relevant is crazy.
The type of smut that Hubert Davis is going through right now, he's only going through this type of smut because Carolina is one of the most relevant, top performing basketball programs in college basketball history. Like, we will never not be a team that doesn't have that type of respect or level to it. Like, people will be doing the same thing if Duke was underperforming every year and every other year not making the tournament, or every other year losing in the first round. You got to address it at some point because they're held to such a high standard. So I see where he's saying. I agree with you to an extent, but I feel like the overall catalyst of what he's saying is just not true.
Yeah, definitely the overall message about not being a blue blood is cap, and we're not relevant. We're definitely relevant. You're not gonna play Carolina and not think you finna be in for a game ever.
Like, come on,
that's
bro.
never gonna happen.
Come on, bro.
But in terms of being a top 5 team, I agree. We haven't been, but that's the issue. We need to, like you said, adjust. We need to get with the program. We need to stop being so traditional so that we can put our names back where it should be, where it has been for decades. Yeah. So I think they're slowly but surely changing their ways. Like, even with Caleb Wilson getting signed, they had to pay him a bag. Like, I think they're seeing once you pay players like that, you see the success he can bring, you see the hype he can bring. So let's keep doing that. Come on, we got to tighten up. Or Duke gonna be winning the ACC tournament, regular season and tournament every year, because they gonna keep doing it. They get the number 1 recruiting class all the time. I mean, it don't lead to success.
Yeah, I'm about to say it don't lead to championships.
I mean,
they'll get ACC banners. Like, that's cool. Yeah. Really don't give a damn. but they haven't gotten championships. We got a championship last before them. That's what I'm talking about. Jay Williams, like, what are you talking about?
For
Like,
real though.
We've made an appearance with a team that was less talented than some of their best teams in the last 5 years, and we won a championship more recently than them. Being in the tournament is one thing in itself. That's cool. When you're a Duke, Carolina, Kentucky, like, honestly, why isn't Kentucky getting this type of conversation? Yeah, I know they got a new coach, but they've been ass since Cal's last 2 years and the years that he left. They the irrelevant ones now. Like, they was in the blue blood conversation. I put UConn above them. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's, Jay Will, I know you a Duke fan. It's cool, bro. I've already had my moment with Jay Will. I know what type of timing he be on, bro. But yeah, man. This wasn't even meant to be a full out Carolina episode, but obviously it's one of the more talked about things. But like I mentioned, Duke did have a close one against Siena. I ain't gonna lie. They had us in the first half. Siena could have beaten Duke, though. If they didn't get in their head, that was obviously halftime kind of neutralized and reset them type of thing. Because if they didn't get in their head, and honestly, kind of the same thing with like how we talk about us, their starters did not come out of the game. Like, they played the whole game.
They couldn't, though.
Yeah, like the coach just looked at the bench, was like, "Damn, like,
I don't got nobody.
Gotta work with what we got."
And now he finna go to Syracuse, which I think is a good move. That's a good. He played.
Didn't he used to play with Carmelo?
Yeah, he played when they won it.
Okay,
he was the PG when they won it.
See, that's a great move. I'm not.
Now he finna coach his son.
That's about to be super tough.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's super. It worked out for him. You know what I'm saying? That performance, getting into the tournament and then having a performance like that against Duke. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of guys calling you.
He's probably gonna bring that freshman, the freshman that was going crazy.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name, but I looked him up. I was like, he's a freshman, the one that was in the center that was shooting the threes, banging with Boozer. I was like, he is a freshman. Ain't no way. He was.
They was really keeping up with him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I will say that, like we was talking about earlier, like, they were just so dependent on the 3 ball. It just kind of, I feel like that kind of took them out the game when they figured them out a little bit, like, because they weren't really doing a whole lot in the paint.
Yeah, Folafat. That's what I was talking about. Francis Folafat.
Yeah, he was guarding Boozer, right?
Yeah, and going at Boozer too. He was going crazy.
Oh, so hold on. I was on ESPN, y'all. My fault. Yeah, he gave him 18 though.
Yeah, and Doty, I think he's a sophomore. Yeah, he's a sophomore. So I don't know. You could see Syracuse with 2 of them players over there.
I wouldn't be
following
surprised.
their coach. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean, we saw with NC State.
Yeah.
Well,
and it just showed that they can compete against Duke on the biggest stage.
And they realized they had everybody thinking, yo, we gonna see a crazy upset in round 1. Like, I wish they would have pulled it off. It's cool.
Who you telling?
It's cool. But we do got Duke versus St. John's now. I know in my bracket I got St. John's upsetting Duke. I know O talked about St. John's upsetting Duke. Do you think they got enough to really do that?
Especially after watching this last game, because they were really I wouldn't say dominating Kansas, but they had a pretty sizable lead at one point, and then Kansas battled back. But for even them battling back, they had enough poise and composure to close the game and hit a buzzer beater. So like they definitely got what it takes. They've been seeing competition all year, so it's not like they're not battle tested. And then I saw that Caleb Foster still is questionable or has an outside chance to play, and that's just gonna hurt their chances even more. So I still got St. John's.
Yeah, I like St. John's. We talked about it with a few teams. We talked about it with Texas. When you have a game that you win in a dominant fashion like that, like that's enough to fuel you through a few games in this tournament. So like This is a team that's getting hot at the right time. Buzzer beater walk off win against Kansas. Like, come on, you got to keep the vibes going. Like, I like with the Siena game. I think it kind of exposed not necessarily like that Duke is bad or like the flaws with Duke, but they're definitely beatable. Like it's you have to match up well and just outscore them, bro.
And I think they do match up well. That was the point I was going. Like I think they match up well. Like if Isaiah Evans isn't going, they're gonna struggle. They're gonna lose because Boozer's gonna get
really
his.
that catalyst, bro.
Yeah, because like Boozer's gonna get his. If Evans isn't going, then it's not. They're not really working with nothing, in my opinion. And so I think they match up well. I low-key think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
I do too.
And then St. John's got the defensive player of the year in their conference, and so it's not gonna be a cakewalk for Boozer because he gets after it. So definitely a physical, low scoring game in my opinion. But I think St. John's finds a way to knock off another number 1 seed.
I think they do too. Like I feel like they match up. I feel like the way that we matched up with Duke with Caleb Wilson reminds me of how St. John's kind of matches up with Duke. But they low-key match up with them even better than what we did with Caleb Wilson because they're defensively way better than we are defensively. Yeah. So, to me, it's going to come down to scoring. I'm going to give Caden Boozer his props, though, because stepping into Foster's role, like we saw against that Siena game, he was really the reason why they won that game.
It was really him. He was going crazy.
He was playing defense. He was scoring the ball. He was getting to the paint. He was getting to the free throw line. So like he's been turning up at the right time. But like you said, I agree. Isaiah Evans is really their offensive engine. Like Boozer, he does everything right. Polish, he's gonna give you 20. He's gonna give you 20. You let Isaiah Evans get hot from that 3 especially, it's a hard game, bro. It's tough. Because Duke can play some defense too.
Yeah. So
like you said, I can definitely see it be a low scoring game, but it's gonna be close.
Ian Jackson playing well. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be the catalyst low key for St. John's. He's played them before. He's played the Duke team before twice. Well, 3 times. No, did they play in the
ACC tourney?
Did they play when he was there?
Con beat us.
Oh yeah. Facts. When Coop was hurt. Facts. So 3 times. He's played them 3 times. Not the same players, but he's familiar. He's familiar with them. He's familiar with Shire. I feel like he gonna have a good game. Just to take them over the top.
Yeah, I mean, he still got that Carolina blue up under that. Yeah. That same
and he pulled that nasty D Mitch move, or it's really D Wade move that D Mitch now uses, that Ian now used. The little pull over and then a reverse lay. I was like, oh, that was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough.
He been kind of getting to it.
He been getting to it.
We don't hate, man.
And then I just feel like it's hard for you to lose when you got an Armani suit on. Like, Patino out there fresh. He out there fresh.
And he don't even, break character ever. They gained Kansas, and he was still
just calm.
Smile, bro. Like, that's who we need in Carolina. We need somebody like that in Carolina. Like, come on, bro.
Hubert, he be over there.
Facts. Like, Hubert be looking crazy over there sometimes.
I be like, relax, bro. Players play how their coach are, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you literally take on the identity of your coach. If you're not composed, your players are not going to be composed.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. Because it kind of represents the team right now.
Literally. So, I got St. John's. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think they play. Do they play? Nah, they play Friday. They definitely.
Yeah, they play on the 27th.
Yeah, they play Friday, not Thursday.
Now we got. I think we got. I don't know. I could see 3 upsets in the Sweet 16. St. John's. I think Arkansas can beat Arizona.
You already know how I feel about that.
Let's get into it.
Hey, man. Darius Acuff. I've been preaching it since the middle of the season, man. I've been preaching it. He is a goon. I don't care about him being 6'3". I don't care about his defensive liabilities. I don't care about none of that. He gets buckets. He knows how to put that ball in the hoop. And you asked me, NBA comp, Keontae George.
Yeah. Keontae George. I'm not mad at that.
They get to it.
This year, Keontae George, I'm not mad at that.
This year, Keontae George, like, great offensive player. You know, they got questions defensively, but the Jazz feel like he could be a cornerstone piece to their offense next year. So,
I mean, shoot,
yeah. And so,
he into it.
I mean, and then not even Darius Acuff. Like, they got he has a great supporting cast. Like, Malik, like, he's a dog too. Like, if he didn't have Darius Acuff, we'd be talking about him more. So, like, for him to be doing what he's doing alongside Acuff speaks volumes, and they're happy for each other. So that just amplifies how the team rolls. And then, you know, they got Billy, they got Brazil. Like, they just got a good overall team, in my opinion, that can compete with anybody.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's, for me, more so, that matchup, it's like the Arizona matchup, it's not a good matchup for them.
It's not, though.
That's my only thing. Like, Acuff, of course, is going to have a good, like, he has to have a good game. He will have a good game. It's just that Arizona team, bro. Like, they polished, bro.
Yeah.
They just a well-rounded team, bro. Like, they got a championship level team for real. Like, on all ends, and they all freshmen. All the good players is freshmen, bro.
Other than Bradley.
Yeah. But all of them they got an answer for every position, essentially. So that's the one thing. Is just like Arkansas they have a decent enough supporting cast around Darius Acuff, enough for where it works, where Acuff is like the energizer. But the supporting cast of Arizona is just like, they well-rounded. It's not much they need.
Definitely.
It's going to be a good game, though.
Oh yeah, I think that game's going to be high scoring.
Yeah.
I do think if Arizona wins that game, they win it all.
I agree.
So I got them winning it all. In a bracket, in one of the brackets where I don't have Arkansas beating them.
Because you got to think, this will be probably the toughest team they face.
Arizona?
Yeah. Even if they end up playing like a
Purdue or Texas, that's who it's going to be.
And that's green for them. And then in the Final Four, if they end up playing Michigan, which is probably who that's going to end up being, I think they're better than Michigan.
Yeah, so
it's like
they're going to be able to disrupt Elliott, and Michigan really goes as Elliott goes.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. We've seen, not necessarily how Elliott's been playing this year, but we've seen how Elliott's played before. And that's no disrespect to Elliott. I think he's a great player, but that Arizona team can beat that Michigan team, and this Michigan team ain't played nobody. Arizona's going to be the hardest team that they played damn near all year. So, like, I don't know. It'll be tough. I got Arizona, though. If they get past Arkansas, I really got them.
Yeah, I got them definitely in the championship game. They're definitely making it to the championship game. Now, who is going to be on that other side? The other side is a little, I don't know. It's a little,
I don't know who's going to be on the other side.
Because like we said at the beginning of the tournament, that east side is a gauntlet. You really don't know who going to make it out of there. Because it's Duke versus St. John and Michigan State versus UConn. Both of those games, in my opinion, are toss-ups. And then whoever wins those two games, the next game is going to be a toss-up.
Yeah. UConn, I'm telling you, bro, like, UConn been playing with a different vibe right now.
Ever since they lost to St. John.
That's what I'm saying. In one of my brackets, I got St. John's beating Duke and UConn beating Michigan State, and you got the rematch to go to the Final Four.
Ooh.
They already split. So
this next one matters all.
That's gonna be either honestly, any matchup against Duke will be good. Like or St. John's for real. But I think Michigan State will end up beating UConn.
I do too.
I think Michigan State could beat Duke if Duke beat St. John's.
That's what I have in my bracket. I have Michigan State. Well, and one of them, we got multiples.
Yeah, facts.
And one I have, the one that I think is accurate is I have Duke beating St. John, and then Michigan State beating UConn, Michigan State beating Duke, and then Houston beating Michigan State.
Yeah, I got one. I got one with Houston winning it all.
Yeah, me too. I got Houston and Arizona. That's the two teams I believe in the most, in my opinion. But I do think Illinois will give them a run for their money.
Illinois is good, bro.
And whoever wins that game is definitely going to beat Iowa or Nebraska. So
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Illinois been putting belt, bro. They have been putting belt. That
100 the first round.
I don't care who you playing. 105 in the first round. God.
And then 20 ball the second round. Like, they're playing good. And they got another dynamic freshman.
Probably going to end up being top 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
like
for
top
sure.
7, top 8.
He's definitely lottery.
Yeah,
100%
sure.
lottery.
Nebraska good, too, though. I think they beat Iowa, but I honestly,
that's going to be a rematch.
Illinois
Big Ten rematch.
Good matchup, too.
Yeah, you know, that's all. Bro, why do they have 6 teams in the Sweet 16?
Damn.
Bro, like that's supposed to be the ACC. But the ACC has one. The ACC has one. You got Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Ugly.
Yeah.
That's a little ugly. My other upset, I said though, I think Texas can beat Purdue, bro.
Purdue's not.
Purdue ain't all that to me, and they ain't really played no disrespect. Like they played Queens. That Miami
and Queens
was
beatable. And Queens was in the game with them for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
Until they pulled away.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Texas got some good wins. Even that Gonzaga win was good. I mean, we knew Gonzaga won all that for real anyway, but
yeah, I had them beating Gonzaga.
Yeah, I had them in one of mine beating Gonzaga. Yeah. But I honestly had one of my brackets Miami beating Purdue. Because I'm like, Purdue is beatable. So Texas really lucked up with where they were located on their bracket because all the teams they playing are beatable. But if they got to play Arizona or Arkansas,
I got the other team.
It's raps, bro. Like any team that come out of that Arizona-Arkansas game, honestly, it's raps for Texas or Purdue. For real.
Yeah. I think that's why Illinois or Houston, whoever wins that game, Final Four automatically. And then Arizona or Arkansas, whoever wins that game, Final Four automatically, in my opinion.
Man, that Michigan got a cakewalk, bro.
You think so, though?
They better than that Alabama team, bro.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're going to beat Alabama for sure. I was surprised Alabama did Texas Tech the way they did.
I am surprised by that.
I forgot they didn't have JT Toppin. They don't have Toppin, who is their best player.
Yeah.
And then we've seen Alabama score without one of their top 2 players before. So,
Aiden 90 to 65 is crazy.
That was bad. That was bad.
Supposed to be a closer game, bro.
But that Tennessee, Iowa State, I really got Tennessee.
Really?
Yes. I really got Tennessee. If Iowa State, one of their players hurt still, I think. If he don't come back, Tennessee got it. They got it, in my opinion.
Tennessee got the size.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Tennessee don't.
And really they got a good coach. Neither one of them teams excite me. Tennessee or Iowa State. Like.
And honestly, like, I could see that Tennessee game being the Tennessee Iowa State game being very similar to the Tennessee Virginia game.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like scoring, like the score will probably damn near be the exact same, like 70 to 70 something.
Yeah.
But I think Michigan got a cakewalk though.
Yeah, it's definitely an easier
Tennessee
bracket
or Iowa State, and then boom,
easier side.
Final Four. Like, position matters, bro. Position matters. Oh, what you think about Florida getting knocked out by Iowa?
Bro, as somebody, not saying like I got all the knowledge in the world, but being on the coaching staff this past season, like, what in the world were you thinking? There is no way you're up 2 and decide to full court press. But not only did they literally set up their play they wanted to run perfectly for them. Their play was basically to beat a full court press, and they did it. And then not only that, the guard has the ball. The dude that hit the three, his man came off of him to stunt at the other dude. He was going to have to take not a contested three, but a running three going full speed, or just go to the rim. You're going to leave a 35% 3-point shooter in the corner. The easiest 3-pointer there
Super
is.
easy.
Wide open, and you're up 2. That was just dumb. And then the coach talking about they were going to foul, but like, why are you full court pressing if you're going to foul?
You're gonna foul.
Yeah. You saw what Kansas did. They fouled.
Facts. They was fouling like crazy.
5 times just to lose.
Like, I'm like, bro. Like, and the way they lost was so crazy. Like, oh, just to the cup.
Easy. Y'all, that's when y'all should have fouled.
Yeah, facts. If you was gonna foul.
But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting decision to full court press, being up 2. But heat of the moment, coaches make mistakes.
Yeah,
they definitely had a chance to make it further.
Yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, I had them losing at some point anyway. I
Houston
think it was
and
gonna be Iowa. Yeah, like honestly, I was hoping Vanderbilt was gonna get past Nebraska.
Bruh.
I'm like,
they really should have.
They should have,
bro.
They should have.
Let's talk about
that was actually one of the best games.
No, that was the best. Remember, I texted you. I was like, "Gang, that was one of the best games I've ever." I'm not gonna say ever because that might be recency bias, but this season, that was one of the best games I've watched. And then the ball was in the hoop. Tanner shot that. I'm like, oh, that's
if he would have hit that,
that's in. But
crazy.
When you shoot the ball, if it's going in. He's on after he shot, he jumps, looking at it. He's like, oh, that's going in. It out. I'm
Toilet
like,
bowl.
no,
that hurt. But I ain't gonna lie, that's a respectable loss. I can respect that loss. That's a March Madness type of loss. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth, high stakes. I mean,
that was a great game.
If he would have hit that shot, that probably would have been the greatest game I've seen, bro. Like,
if he would have hit that shot, he would have been a legend in March Madness forever.
Oh yeah, fact. that he would have been a legend for sure. But I had Vanderbilt going a little bit further, man. Like you said, they should have. They've been playing well, bro. Like, they were playing well. But that Nebraska team, they got some killers, low key.
Yeah, Sanford.
They can score.
Sanford he's him, and his shot is just effortless. He can get it off whenever, however it does. Like, if he got spaces going up, and it's probably going in.
Facts.
So, but I mean, I think Iowa and Nebraska, I want to say they split in the regular season. I don't know if they played twice. I know Iowa beat them one time.
I'm gonna do my fact check.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, they won by 5 and lost. Yeah, they won 1, lost 1. So this is literally going to be the deciding factor to go to the Elite 8. Who wants it?
See, I look like, as annoying as it is to have all these teams in the Big Ten and stuff. I like these type of games though. Mm-hmm. It's more than just like a game to the Sweets. Yeah, it's more than just a regular game, bro. Like when we played Duke to go to the championship. Like, that was a rivalry deciding game. Like, whoever lose this one, like, shit, you forever in debt.
And to be honest, if Duke would have won, they probably win it all.
They would have whooped Kansas.
They would have.
They would have whooped Kansas if we.
So we really saved our legacy with that too.
We saved our legacy because if they would have beat us and they won a championship. Oh man. That would have been it, bro.
On Coach K's final year.
Oh, my God. That would have been it, bro. And we would have went on to just lose and lose and lose. We just would have went on just losing. Barely.
Hey, Jay Will might have had a point.
Nah. I mean, when you put it like that. Because, boy, we would have started losing. Hubert probably would have got fired after his second year.
Bye.
It would have been ugly.
Yeah, for
sure.
We
definitely did, we resetted the rivalry with that one. That was a rivalry reset right there.
Yeah.
But we still got one up on them, so F them boys, man.
Yeah, still a lot of basketball to be played.
A whole lot of hoops.
This Thursday through Sunday stretch is going to be just fun, man. I love this time of the year.
It's gonna be great.
I'm glad it's going to be just like one game at a time now. I don't. That's the only thing I don't like about the first.
All these games at the same time.
Yeah, like, oh, that's a good game. Let me switch over there real quick. Then I miss something over here, and it's like, bro, I want to watch all of them.
Bro, most of them be good. Like, even around the 64, a lot of those games were close games. Outside of, like, the ones you knew was going to be a blowout. But Ohio State, TCU to start off was, like,
a banger.
That was fire. Yeah, that was a banger. They start off with a banger. The UCLA-UCF game was close. The Duke-Siena game was close. Carolina-VCU was crazy. Like, all of these games starting off was just insane, bro.
Yeah.
BYU. I really, like, you convinced me that AJ was going to just be in there for one more round because I was texting. I'm like, bro, do you really think? Like, I think this Texas team can beat BYU. Like, they match up well with them. She was like, bro, like, I see it though. Like, AJ gonna get at least one win. Like same with like DP. I'm knowing. I'm like, all right, they gonna get past. Of course, she ain't bad. So I'm like, shit, they'll keep it close to St. John's. That didn't happen.
Yeah, he did. My take on it was he's gonna will them at least to one win. He did everything he could too.
Yeah.
So
it was still close. They ain't get whooped.
Yeah, he solidified himself, in my opinion, as the number one pick if he doesn't stay. Him and DP still talking about maybe returning. So
they not. They not.
The fact that
Cooper Flagg was talking about returning last year.
Yeah.
Come on.
So he did everything in his power to try and will them to a win. It's hard when he didn't have no help. Richie Sanders tearing his ACL hurt
a lot. That hurt a lot. They would at least beat Texas.
Yeah. With Richie, they win.
They at least beat now. Oh, man, shout out to High Point, bro.
Hey,
I hate that y'all had to play Arkansas in round of 32. Because honestly, y'all probably could have beat some other teams the way that y'all was playing. But they kept up with Arkansas though.
That point
they really was right there. I ain't gonna lie though. High Point been tough for the last 3 years though. They've been slick making the tournament for a few years now, or every other year.
Yeah.
So they be right there, bro. They play well though. A few players gonna transfer for sure.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, I was happy Fletcher got to at least play well against his former coach, man. He ain't had the best experience at Kentucky. You know, it be storylines like that make March Madness.
You come in, play crazy.
It'd be crazy if they won. It'd be crazy if they won.
It would have been nuts. I mean, it's just one of them games where it's like the higher seed, like you gotta put them away. Like you don't have a choice. Like you gotta put them away. But I mean, shit, they was right there though. 88-94, like respectable loss against a team that most people got going as far as the Final Four. So
yeah, and like we were saying, well, you brought up like not really any Cinderellas. That just comes with the fact that NIL is making a difference nowadays. Like I saw a graph and it was like the discrepancy between like teams that were playing, like, you know, the top teams were spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on players, and like some of the mid majors and low major teams were $1 million, 900K, the most like $3 million, and it's like you're spending 15 more million than me and expecting me to win. That's a tall task.
It's a hell of a tall task. That's where I will say, to the point we were talking about with Jay Will earlier, like being a Carolina anymore. The only team I honestly and truthfully feel like has this right is Duke. But outside of them, man, these programs' history don't matter no more. Like, who gonna pay me, bruh? If you're telling me I can, Carolina offered me $5 million, but Missouri offering me $8 million. I'm going to Missouri. I don't care about Roy Williams on coaching no more. Like, that used to matter. You feel me? Like, people used to want to come in and play under these historic organizations and stuff. AJ DeManson with the BYU made him the highest paid NIL basketball player. Like, hey, it's levels to this, bro. That's what I'm saying. We got the bread. Folks got the bread. You just gotta want to dish it. Yeah, you gotta want to use it. You gotta want to dish it. So it's gonna be interesting to see a lot of teams how they gonna start moving, because you're gonna have to throw the bread. it comes with a price though. You gotta be smart with it. Like I will say, to an extent, it still does matter about your program because, like, you'll have a BYU situation where it's literally just AJ DeBansa. Like you can't even afford to get nobody else because you spent all your NIL bread on DeBansa. You know you had another good player. Like that'll take you to the first round of the tournament, but.
And also, like the Kentucky player, they pay that barely played. Like they pay him so much money, and he barely paid. The Quindapons, whatever his name is. I forgot his name, but like, you got that's where you gotta also be, Jaden, however you pronounce it. Yeah, Quintance, however you pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, they paid him OD amount of money, and he barely played.
Early on the mock draft, they had him going in the first round, like top 15.
Yeah,
like who is this dude, bro?
So that's another thing with the NIL. Like you just gotta be smart, right? And that's why a lot of teams are like hiring people just to specialize in this. Like, who should we spend our money on? So I just hope Carolina does start to spend their money more wisely. And bring in some more high recruits because we want to be back talking on the Brickz about how Carolina is back in the top tier basketball programs, winning it all, competing. Like we not even finna see us play on Sweet 16.
That's crazy.
2 years in a row.
All right, we ain't had a Sweet 16 team in a minute, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just get to a point. Somebody got to pay the price.
Yeah, and that's what I think Hubert. I think he's gone. They already did like postpone some of his meetings, and like when it's so much like you said, commotion surrounding it. Like a lot of these things are politics. Like the writing's on the wall, bruh.
The minute I was telling somebody at work, like the media has way more sway than people realize and stuff like this. Like the minute a narrative gets painted about a player, a person, whatever, it genuinely alters careers. It genuinely like changes the way people perceive a person. Like I just told you, I broke it down. Hubert Davis would be signing an extension on any other team right now. But it's Carolina, bro. We're literally talking about it. This is how it works. It's a narrative. It's Carolina, historic program. Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, home of national champion, University of National Champions. This guy isn't getting you past the first round. Y'all normally are a Sweet 16 lock. Is this guy fit for the job? I know he made a championship, but that don't mean shit. Y'all lost in a historic way. Y'all lost in a historic fashion.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's so funny. Like, it matters, bro, how quickly we move from we was just in a championship. The loss did hurt, but like, dang, we made it. Like, we might have something here to, yeah, he's not the guy. And it's not wrong. The narrative's not wrong, but like almost any other team, extension, we just got to get them some more NIL money. Like, we're almost there. Like, we're right there. VCU, we're right there.
Yeah, and it's the fact, and you brought up like the University of National Champions, like we're winning championships in other sports. And it's the fact that on average, men's basketball and football are the main money makers at a college.
Yeah.
And you can't be getting outshined by other programs that's not, getting as much money as you. It just can't happen. So it's a lot, like you said, it's a lot that goes into it. Let's hope they make the right changes, bro. Yeah, we can beat on this all day.
No, you made a good point, because us losing, the point that you made showed that it's a fireable offense. Carolina's basketball team is our moneymaker. Like, we average more views with the Duke Carolina game and some of our better games than like most professional teams will get. So it's like you're tarnishing our moneymaker. Like, we cannot afford to let Carolina basketball get to a point where people don't have the same respect for it, because now we're, in terms of the way that we make money, we talking about something totally different now. So it is something they gotta act on urgency on it. I just feel like whatever choice is made, the right choice will be made, bro. But Final Four predictions, have they changed for you? Or is it still the same teams?
I got Michigan State. I got Houston. I got Arizona.
Yeah.
And I got Michigan.
Yeah. I don't think mine really changed for real. I want St. John's to beat Duke so bad. I just think Duke finds a way to beat them.
Yeah, but I got Michigan State beating Duke though, regardless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to say that, but I really think my Final Four is the same. The only thing I might change is like, I think Duke just is gonna get there somehow, bro. I
What,
do
to the
think,
championship?
yeah, actually, because I think Illinois will make it to the Final Four.
You think they beat Houston?
Yeah, I think they can beat Houston. And if they get to the Final Four, then I think Duke will make the championship for real.
Yeah, definitely.
I really do. I do think Duke will lose in the championship, though. My championship pick isn't changing. I think Arizona's going to win it all. Like, they literally just need to get past Arkansas, and then it's it. Anybody coming out of this East side is like how we was talking about with the NBA Finals. Like, it's just all who comes out the East. Like, good luck. But yeah, Arizona and Michigan, Duke, Illinois.
Yeah, and I don't really got a bone in the fight. As long as Duke don't win it all, I'm happy.
I honestly rather see them get to the championship and lose. Like that's just gonna.
Y'all did all that just to lose.
Just to lose. All that time wasted just to lose, bro.
Just to lose to some old freshmen that y'all was supposed to be better than.
Facts. That really, yeah. Preseason, y'all supposed to be better than. On paper, still better than. Y'all supposed to be really the best team in the entire tournament.
Every year.
So I definitely, I mean, it's history just doesn't repeat itself. Like Duke always choke either a game they're not supposed to or when it matters most. So I'm hoping it keeps repeating itself. But yeah, give me Arizona to win it all, man.
Yeah, definitely gonna be some good hoops, man. We shall see what happens.
Y'all stay tuned, man. I did my second chance bracket already. Sweet 16, so we'll see how that go. But nah, y'all, this episode straight ACC, or not ACC, straight NCAA talk. It's been the biggest thing in sports right now. It ain't gonna bore y'all with something else y'all want to hear about.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tapped in with us. Do an update after some of these teams start getting knocked off. We see if our predictions was right or wrong. And man, that's all I got for y'all today.
Sounds good.
Hey, shout out Charlotte. I see y'all got a new men's basketball coach.
Wes Miller.
Wes Miller from Cincinnati, right?
Mm-hmm. He had some time at UNCG too.
UNCG when they made the
He played at Carolina.
He did. Facts. Because I remember before Hubert got hired, he was one of the names that was kind of floating around because he had took UNCG to the tournament like back to back.
Yeah.
So shout out. Hopefully y'all give him some money to work with.
Yeah.
Cincinnati
That's really been the biggest
bread.
thing.
Yeah, like you can't coach a program when you're not having players getting there. You working with what is now, I hate to word it like this, but bottom of the barrel players, guys that you're getting from, you know what I'm saying, all who knows where. So yeah, man, we'll see what Charlotte do with that boy West. But
yeah,
that's all we got for y'all, man. Another episode. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. And you already know how it go, man. You ain't listening to the Brickz. You ain't listening to
Watch your mouth.
Man, we appreciate y'all boys, man. We out.